Hi honeys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're well, good, whatever you're up to on this Tuesday. It's actually a beautiful day today, which makes a change because it's literally been the worst weather. Oh my gosh, I'm really trying to keep my Instagram feed up and it's very difficult. Welcome to Let's Talk Tuesdays. I've got a bit of a juicy video for you today. I'm going to be really opening up. I don't really know how to open and introduce this video. It really is what it says in the title. It is a big juicy chat about kind of sex, periods, really intimate things, things that I think we should be talking about more. I feel like kind of embarrassment, I guess, overrides everything and people don't talk about things more. And yeah, so I really want this to be a very comfortable channel. I want us all to be open here. I'm very, I am an open book. I have a very open mind and maybe I'm a bit too open sometimes. But yeah, so nothing really phases me. You can talk to me about anything and I really want that connection and that kind of, that relationship with you. So yeah, I've got my tea here ready. It wants to be a real comfortable, just kind of sitting down and chatting, like you're here with me, a conversation. So I put on Instagram a ask thing, that ask thing that you put on your story. I asked you if you had any questions for me, relating to any of the kind of topics that I'm going to chat about today, and I got a whole bunch of them. So yeah, it was really nice because imagine I didn't get any. And because I'm so organised, get this, I have written all of them down in order and I have colour coordinated them. I know, right? So because there was I didn't want to read out all these random questions and then they all kind of didn't go, so I've kind of separated them into relationships, kind of periods, sex, boys, social media. So yeah, hopefully it won't be random. Hopefully it will kind of connect and I answer all your questions, and yeah, we just get closer and closer because I absolutely love that. Okay, so let's get real. I mean, I'm a little bit nervous that, I don't know, not that you judge me, but because I know you're not like that, but yeah, I feel like this is going to be quite juicy. Let's start with relationships and kind of exes, advice about things. I feel like I'm literally going to turn into Agony Annie in this video because I actually got quite a lot of questions regarding problems you're having with exes or relationships and things like that. And yeah, I'm not even kidding, when I worked at Boo Avenue, I was a bra fitter there and I had so many women come into the changing rooms and she totally opened up to me. I've had some that have really cried. I've missed my bus because I've stayed behind to help them because I feel like I'm such an open person, and if someone starts talking to me about something, if they are not too shy to open up, I want them to open up and tell me their feelings, if something's bothering them. Usually it was kind of about confidence because obviously they were in for a bra fit and some felt not very confident. This woman come in once that said that was just maybe a bit too open, but I mean, when it's around me, it's never too open, I guess. But kind of in work, I guess, because at the end of the day, she was talking to a stranger. But, I'm nice and, I was just let it all out, honey. And, yeah, I was literally with her for an hour and she was telling me all about, her boyfriend and, this toxic relationship she was in. And it was so crazy. Anyway, so I feel like I'm going to be, an Agony Annie, because we're going back to that vibe. I don't want to say any names out because, I don't want anyone to kind of feel awkward or anything, but I'm going to call you B, honey. You know who you are. You have asked me, have you ever had to deal with your ex getting into a new relationship, finding it hard? I honestly think that's possibly the worst thing ever, especially if obviously you guys ended and you still really like the guy. And obviously I probably want to ask you more questions, have a one-on-one, have a phone call or something, just find out what the dealio is about everything, how you are with him and things like that. And if you do still really like him, I'm getting the vibe that you do because you're saying you're finding it really hard. At the end of the day, all I can say is I've never had that because every guy blocks me afterwards. I can't actually see if they've got new girlfriends or not, which I guess is healthy because otherwise I would probably be drive myself mad. But when I like someone, I really like them. So if I was in a relationship with someone, I would really like them. So, but yeah, it completely depends on the circumstances and how you broke up and things like that. But all I can say is I'm sending my love, my hugs to you. Please, and I know it's easier said than done, please try and stop spending so much of your time and energy into this guy who has got like a new girlfriend. Really focus on yourself. Just think about it like this: you are one step closer to meeting your right person. Like, that person is still out there, and leaving this guy behind and he has found someone else, it's time for you to do the same. Get yourself out there, take your mind off things, keep really busy, and maybe just, I know it sounds horrible, but maybe block him or something, because you are just kind of torturing yourself, looking up on your phone all the time like him and this new girl, and it's just not healthy, babe. So please focus on yourself more. Really spend your time and energy into something worthwhile. Do things that you enjoy doing with people who enjoy doing it with you, because like I said, you're putting so much time and thought into this guy who is thinking about someone else now, and it's just not healthy for you. So really kind of think about things that are good for you, like do things that you enjoy doing, go to the cinema with your friends, just really keep busy until you start feeling like you're thinking about him less and less and less. So I'm really sending all my love and hugs to you, girl, and in time it will get better. So the next question, I've got quite a similar one. My ex and I broke up 1 week ago, and he says he still loves me, but he already has a new girlfriend. Help? In 1 week? He already has a new girlfriend, girl! And he's still telling you that he loves you? He sounds like such a manipulative dickhead. Sorry to say it, but oh my gosh, if a guy can, you guys break up and within 1 week gets with a new girl, like, no one starts going out within 1 week. He was definitely talking to her behind your back. For him to say that he still loves you, he's like stringing you along, so if anything happens to this new girl, he's got you and you're just gonna jump him. Like, honestly, sack him off. I'm not even kidding. I mean, obviously I don't know the details. Again, I would want to have like a one-on-one chat. Like, girl, I want to talk to you about this. This ain't normal. I feel like if my ex started going out with someone a week after me, I would be absolutely raging. I would probably go full-on psycho. What is the purpose of him being with this new girl if he's still telling you he loves you? Like, that's such a tricky and weird situation. So yeah, I'm sending lots of strength to you, because I feel like you need to find your strength to move forward and ditch this guy, because he sounds not nice, okay? We like to surround ourselves with kind people. So I've got, when do you think it's appropriate to start sending nudes to someone? So I feel like the whole kind of nudes thing, like pressure to send nudes, it's such a massive topic, and I feel like we should definitely be talking about it a lot more. I don't think there's like an age and then it's acceptable, but I feel like it's all about your relationships with people, about your confidence, how you feel about yourself, and at the end of the day, it's probably the most intimate thing. Like, it's such an intimate thing. Like, nudes are literally just like thrown about all over the place these days. I feel like, I don't know, it's just such a massive thing. And I remember God, when did I actually start taking like sexy photos of myself? I'm trying to think. I think it was when I started like getting sexy bras. Like, I think I was about like maybe 18, maybe 18. Started getting like sexy bras, even though I wasn't dating anyone. It was just like for myself, you know, to make me feel good. And I still remember like the day I went into Marks and Spencer's when I was with my mum, like when I was little, like early teens, when I started, like when my boobs started growing, and I was just like so excited to get my first bra. So yeah, walking in somewhere, I think I was about 18, and I was buying like sexy bras, and I got home and I was like taking photos of myself in them, and I was like, who's that girl? Who is she? And yeah, it was just like, you know, it's exciting because you feel like you're kind of going into this massive stage in your life where, you know, you're really growing up, you're going out dating, you know, you can go out to drink and things, so it is kind of like a massive stage in your life. So I don't think there's a time where you're like, okay, I've turned 18, I can now send nudes. Now, let's talk about it. So it really is all about who you trust. Trust is the biggest thing in sending anything intimate of yourself, because you want to send it to someone who you trust 100%. Otherwise, you never know, like, what will happen to them. You honestly will never know. As soon as you send a photo like that of you out, you honestly 100% never know what is going to happen to it. And well, I wouldn't say a nude of me. It was like, I think it was like one tit or something. A photo of me got out. I think I was 20, because it was after I dated someone, and he messaged me being like, hey, like, this has gone about of you, I'm just checking in to see if you're okay. And I met him when I was 20, so yeah, it must have been about 20, and I was horrified. I cannot even describe the feeling. It was embarrassing. It was so embarrassing because I felt like everywhere I looked, he could have seen it, she could have seen it, anyone could have seen it, and I just felt like I was just like in this bubble and I was just like shrinking, and it was just horrendous. So basically what happened with me, I was really good friends with this guy, and like really good friends. I could tell him anything, he could tell me anything about me. There was nothing like sexual happening, like I never slept with him or anything like that. It was just like really good friends. It might have led to that because he was like attractive and he told me that like he liked the look of me and things, so it could have led to that. But I think he was younger. I think he was like a year younger or something like that, and he worked at my work for a little while. But yeah, we were really good friends. And my problem is I put so much trust in people because I treat people how I want to be treated, and I'm so like naive in the fact that I expect like people to just like treat me the same, you know. It was mainly like, this was my very first picture of like my tits I'd ever sent out. I know it's a horrible word, tits, but yeah, this was like my very first picture like of like my actual boobs. I don't know why I'm whispering. I had like sent out and I felt like I trusted him. I thought I could trust him. I guess I really wanted like a male's view of like how my body was, because at that age I was like just all over the place, like looking at my body all the time and focusing on things that I didn't like. I just wanted a male opinion, okay, shoot me, you know. And yeah, it ended up that the trust wasn't there at all, and he just completely took advantage, sent it about, and it got absolutely everywhere. It was so embarrassing. It was just the worst, and so that definitely made me very like cautious, and like whenever I do anything like that, it's got to be with someone that I really trust. Or yeah, because it really does come to just down to that. It's such a shame that so many girls feel pressured that they have to send things to keep the guy interested, or the other way around, you know, to keep the girl interested for the guy. And I feel like if that person's making you feel like that, they are not worth it, because that is the most intimate thing you can share with someone. And if they are trying to, and if they, even if they are like even if they are unconsciously doing it, they are not the right person you should be sending it to. It's nice to kind of have that fun, cheeky vibe like after he sees you in flesh, because if you take a photo of yourself and, you know, everyone kind of, you know, puts a little bit of editing, even if it's just like a filter or something, onto your photo, you will then create kind of this pressure on yourself that you've got to look like that. Like if you guys do end up going out and, you know, like seeing each other naked and getting like sexual and stuff, you will then drive yourself mad, like, oh my gosh, I've got to look like that in my photo. So I think it's really important to, when you are dating someone, you then like go in a relationship or something, but yeah, after he sees you kind of as intimate as you possibly could be, you know, I mean, having sex is like the most intimate thing ever, so I think it's important to send intimate photos like that after, because it will be less pressure on yourself. Do you know what I mean? Let's go on to the next one. Would you go back to someone who cheated on you? No. Probably wouldn't, but I don't think I've been in that situation, so I can't say. I know friends, like I've got friends who have done, and it was very toxic, it was very negative. I feel like if someone, I do believe people can change though. My experience with my friends and like one of my family members, it hasn't ended positively, that's all I can say. It's be like negative and down, but I feel like it doesn't usually end positive if you do go back to someone who has treated you like that. And there's definitely someone out there who is better for you and who won't do that to you. So yeah, but it's completely up to you, because obviously it's your own situation. But yeah, sorry, that was very helpful. Where do you get all of your good confidence to post body pictures on Instagram? Okay, this is a big question. Okay, I'm not kidding. If you were my mum, you would literally be like probably laughing at that question, because she knows how stressed and anxious I get whenever I post anything. If I post an image of me in like a bikini or like a picture of my bum or something, I do get very stressed, and I don't know why I do it to myself, and I shouldn't be, because you know, self-confidence is so important in this day and age with social media around us, but I feel like it's damaging that is so, like, you know, know. Popular thing that people say to me once they get to know me is, oh my gosh, you're not like how I thought you were at all, because I come across like, I guess I come across that I'm confident. I guess I come across in my photos like, oh my god, if she posts something like that, she must feel quite highly of herself and things like that, but that's not true at all. I am the most like self-conscious person ever. I am literally so crazy about like what I post and that. But yeah, I mean, getting back to the question, finding self-confidence, what I do is I have started posting on my Instagram what I enjoy posting, not for other people, and it does really change your mood. Like, I'm happy with the way my feed looks and things like that. And yeah, I've started doing more posts for me instead of what other people think of me. I think it's incredibly difficult, like, for people to say to you, oh, try not put so much energy into like what people think of you and that, and try not think about how other people's thoughts of you, and you're all that matters. But it's so easier said than done. You know, you will always think about other people and what they think of you, but to find self-confidence, I don't really know. I guess all I do is I post things that I really like the look of. And if you want to put a photo up of you in a bikini, like a cute bikini you bought and you really like it and you want to get a photo in it, post it. You know, it's completely up to you. Your page is your page. It's no one else's, so don't make anyone feel like you know, oh, I shouldn't be posting that and things like that. I mean, obviously there's like, you know, a line, but I think, you know, feel really powerful, feel strong in what you enjoy posting, and do your thing, girl, do your thing. Do your thing. I'm getting fucking hot. Is this like a thing? I actually watched Emma Chamberlain's one of her videos, and she said in her video, I sweat like every time I film, so it's not just me. Have you got any body insecurities, and how do you deal with them? Oh my gosh, okay, I literally have so many, and you wouldn't think because of what I post on Instagram and stuff like that. And again, that's why I kind of want to like really highlight this. And you can be confident and you can have bad days. You can be confident in yourself and have parts that you don't like. Just because someone is confident doesn't mean that they are very, very like out there. They love everything about themselves. So yeah, I would say that I've got so many insecurities. I don't like the fact that my hair is thin. I do a lot to like give it volume. I don't like that I think I got a squint face, like I do. Don't look at it, I do. I think that's why I kind of face this way a lot in my videos. I feel quite uneasy like if I'm doing like a makeup video and my face is like straight on with the video. I don't like that I'm short, of course. Very, very pale. I would love to have like more tan skin, so I always like drown myself in fake tan. So there's honestly like so many things about me that I don't like, but I think it's so important to focus on things that you do like. And yeah, I mean, it really, I mean, self-love, self-worth, self-confidence, it really does get you places. I mean, you feel more confident to go out if you like the way you look, and you know, you have good energy, you have good positive vibes about yourself, you know, you go out more, you have fun with friends. So I think yeah, really try and focus on things that you do like. You know, look at yourself in the mirror and be like, you know what, I actually really like my skin today. I actually really like this today. You know, I'm having a good, you know, hair day. More things for yourself, you know. So yeah, you know, everyone's got some insecurities, even though they post on Instagram and things like that. Like if they post things online that you think, oh my gosh, like their whole life is perfect, and there really isn't. I mean, I've never met someone who has loved everything about themselves. I think there's always at least one thing that someone doesn't like about themselves, but that's completely normal. So yeah. So how tall are you? I tell people I'm 5 foot because I basically am, but I am 4'11" and 3/4. Those 3/4 mean a lot to me. So yeah, I'm I think 150 centimeters tall, or is it 152? Maybe 151. How do you cope with the pressure of Instagram life? So, do you know what? It's really not all glitz and glam. It's really not all easy, and it's like, you know, it's a difficult job, and I don't want to sound like, oh gosh, like so ungrateful, because I'm such a grateful person. But, you know, YouTube and Instagram is bloody difficult, so much more difficult than people think. It's very stressful, you know, and you're at home all the time, you know, your social life really does go out the window. And yeah, you do kind of, you're surrounded by social media basically, so there's so much pressure, and there's so many people doing it these days as well. You feel like you've got to up your game, or do this, do that. But lately I have been posting, like I said earlier, what I enjoy posting, and it makes me happier. Like I do feel like not bad, you know? Yeah, how I cope with it is I talk to my mum a lot. I think talking to your family, talking to your best friend, whoever you live with, whoever you're close with, it's very important about your feelings, just discussing certain things. If you're unsure about something or, you know, just anything like that, talking is very important. So if I'm ever feeling uneasy, I always ask for the opinion of my mum and her advice, and yeah. So the next one is, how do you deal with your IBS and anxiety? Now, this is actually such a funny question. Well, it's not funny. But because I was talking about this earlier, I was actually saying to my mum, I'm literally like going to the toilet every day now. And before, you know, I really struggled with my IBS. I literally could go, like, not go for like 3 weeks. It was so unhealthy, but to me that was like the norm. Or like if I did go, I was in a lot of pain. I really struggled with it. I've been to the doctor so many times about it. And yeah, it took a while to kind of get there, and I've tried so many different kind of like peppermint tablets, so many different things, and they just didn't work. I remember I got something that really flared my eczema up, so that wasn't good. And I also didn't feel good, like it also wrecked my confidence because I was too scared to go out in case, like, I don't know, it really affected me, whatever I ate, you know, so I really wasn't going out much. It was the nerves of like going out and being scared to go to the toilet and things like that, that was affecting me. So it was like, I can't describe it. So basically I've been going, like, I'm literally going every day now, which was never a thing. And so it wasn't so much my diet, which is what I was focusing on and I thought was the problem. Like, it was actually the anxiety of going out in public. I think anyway, because ever since I quit my job and I've been doing this full time, I'm at home, and so I'm not anxious whenever I need to go, and I just go, and I've now got into a routine of just like going, and it's so good. Like, I'm just like going. I feel like it definitely was like the anxiety, because also when I went to work I had to get a bus, and it's like over an hour to get to work, so it's over an hour on the bus, and I don't want to use the bus toilet, so I don't know, I'm just weird like that. I then rushed to work. I'm too scared to like go to the toilet at work. Eventually towards the end, like when I was really close with everyone, I was kind of getting into the groove of it. But yeah, I was just like really nervous, and then obviously if you're walking about like in the city and you find a toilet and then if someone's in there, you're nervous. I don't know why girls are so nervous about bloody pooing. It's normal, it's natural. Why don't we talk about poo more, you know? But yeah, so it's just funny how guys go in and just like do big shit and no one gives a shit. Literally. If we hear a girl like doing a poo, you're like, ew, you're disgusting. Like, girls don't poo. It's so ridiculous. So yeah, overall my IBS has gotten so much better now. I'm drinking a lot more water, and yeah, don't be so anxious when you need to go. Go. Like, would you rather hold it in for another week? No. Go. Then the question was IBS and anxiety. So I've got like, so when I was going out, like on the bus and then going to work, my anxiety was, I don't know, being in a changing room, and if I was sweating, I was nervous, I would smell, like there's so many weird things that I like focus on and really kind of overthink. It's ridiculous. And like if I was at work and I don't know, I ate like something really, I don't know, smelly, like I had like an cheese and onion sandwich, and then I had to give someone like a bra for afterwards, I was always like, you know, putting all this gum in my mouth, and I was so like nervous. There's so many different things that I focused on, like that I was getting really anxious about, and obviously going to the toilet, like like when I was working, and of course being on a bus to work, because of my phobia of sick, I was very, very anxious all the time about someone being ill. But now I'm home, I've now got more kind of social media anxiety, or whenever I go out, because I don't go out as much anymore, I overthink every time I go out. So I've still got anxiety, and my therapy is starting in like a month, I think. So yeah, hopefully it will get better and I'll learn how to control it and just be more healthy, you know? So I've got a question, who takes all your Instagram pics? My mama! She's honestly the best. I don't know what I'd do without her. She is like my best friend, and whenever I need photos for Instagram or like a brand or something, if I've got a deal, she always helps me. I honestly don't know what I'd do without her. I love her so, so, so much. I cannot even describe it. But yeah, so my mama, and she's very good with the angles, and what she does is she listens to what I like, because being a photographer myself, when I need to get a photograph in a certain like outfit or something, I can see it in my head before it's taken, and so I describe it to my mum, and she does her best, and she always like nails it. So yeah, my mama. I mean, there's some that I take on a timer, like if there's like a really raunchy photo, I mean, you know, it's not my mama, it's me, but most of the time it's my mama. Do you feel extra pressured when having sex because of the photos you post? Oh my gosh, I have never related so much like to this question. Like, this is, okay, so this is all I ever talk about when I get close with someone, or if I feel like, you know, I'm dating someone and I feel like it's going to come, you know, we're going to get intimate. I'm always, even like just meeting someone new, I'm always so self-conscious that like, I think we all are worried that we're like a catfish or something. And because I post photographs of like my body, I'm scared that he instantly thinks that I'm confident. I definitely feel extremely pressured when I post stuff like that, because I'm just worried of what people assume of me and things like that. So yeah, I do feel really pressured. Like, it's so crazy. Do you have fake boobs? Oh my gosh, I wish. Okay, so I actually have a lot of questions on my virginity, like when did you lose your V card, like losing your virginity, curious about your first time, like how old were you, what was it with your boyfriend, what was it like? Okay, so long story short, because it's very, very short, honeys, I swear to God, it's very short. So I lost my V card when I was 20. I'm a late bloomer. Yes, I lost it when I was 20. I literally started dating when I was like 19. And it was actually my mum and dad were like pushing me to get out of the house. They're like, Anneka, go on dates, meet people, like you're 19, you're not normal. I was growing confidence, like get out and meet people, and I just somehow thought in my head I wanted to wait for that right person. I wanted to be with a boyfriend, like I wanted to be with my future hubby. Like, I was just like so crazy. I watched way too many Disney films. So I met this guy called Mark, and he was just like so sweet. He wasn't my usual type either. He was like blonde, and I usually go for like dark haired guys. I mean, I'm not really that bothered, especially lately. I've kind of been like, what even is my type anymore, you know? With this Mark guy, I met him on Tinder, very romantic, and yeah, I was 20, he was a few years older than me, I think, and yeah, he was like blonde, so he wasn't my usual type, but I really liked him because he really made me laugh. He was so funny, and I would say that we had been on quite a few dates, I would say, and it was when we went out in the evening. We went for drinks, like a bar, and it was just really nice. And we went back to his, and I just thought, you know, what am I waiting for? Because like missing out on my young years, like I should be having fun. And I was really happy at like losing it with him because he was such a lovely guy. And yeah, so I lost it, but I'm not even kidding, like he literally like finished in 5 minutes. I was just, you know, I was just getting into it. I mean, I'd waited 19 years for this, and then it was over like that, and I was just like, well, the whole thing was like funny, but it was enjoyable. And I think I was just like, oh, I put so much pressure on myself for it to be perfect when it was, but not in a perfect way, if it makes any sense. Like, we had a really good time. He was such a nice guy. Yeah, I was really, really happy. And I think as soon as you start, you know, you're intrigued, you're interested, you know, in like, yeah, just everything. So it's nice to do it with someone that you really, really like, and make sure they really like you back, and trust as well is a massive thing, because it's like taking your clothes off and someone seeing you naked. It's kind of a big deal. I mean, it's funny the fact that I was just getting into it and then it like finished, but I mean, obviously, like we you know, we were dating, so you know, we continued to grow and develop, and we you know, continued to do it. Yeah, we kind of like fizzled out because he did actually ask me out, and I wasn't 100% sure, because I was again putting so much pressure on myself that it needs to be 100% perfect to be in a relationship with someone. It's so crazy. I was just like young and naive, and I just, you know, I wasn't very experienced, I guess, like in just dating and stuff. So yeah, kind of fizzled out, and then he got a new girlfriend, so I wasn't really that bothered. But yeah, he was really sweet, and I wish I gave him more of a chance, because I feel like we would have had a really good time together. So, but yeah, that was my first time. I'm proud to say that I lost my V card at 20, you know, not many people can say that. So I'm proud, and I lost it, you know, with a really nice guy. He was a really nice, genuine, kind guy. So I'm happy. A lot of questions like about virginity as well, like is it sore, like what was your first time like? I think it is sore, like I'm not gonna lie, and especially being my size as well. I feel like I struggle more because I'm so small, and I feel like every time I like have sex now, it literally feels like I'm losing my virginity. Like, I thought it would get easier. Tell us your most embarrassing sexual experience. There was this one time, it wasn't like during like sexual like anything, but when I was on a date with that Mark guy, and it was actually the night I lost my V card, so it didn't put him off. I actually was in a bar, and my hair caught fire, on the date. So basically I was we were sitting at the table, a little table, there was a candle on it, didn't make anything of it, I thought it was cute, and I was like swishing my hair, like trying to be sexy, and I didn't realise that the tip of like my extensions like went in the candle, and Mark was like, oh my god, Annie, you're on fire, and I was like, oh but he actually meant you're on fire, like your hair's on fire, and yeah, he started like hitting me, and I was like, oh my god, my hair, and then staff came running down. It was so embarrassing. I was good, smelled like burnt hair, but clearly didn't put him off, so there we go. Have any embarrassing, awkward sex and period stories? So we've done like the sex questions, oh my god. Period wise, I'm not even kidding. Okay, the worst thing I can think of, it's disgusting, but it happens to the best of us. So yeah, I've actually taken an exam at school, and I had my period real bad, and I could literally feel it going down my legs. Like I had trousers on, I literally felt it going down my legs. I had like a pad on, I had all the stuff that I could have on, and it was a really bad like period that month, and I could feel it going down my leg, and I was just so petrified, and yeah, it was just horrendous. Do you get bad period pain, and how do you deal with them when you have things to do? Oh my gosh, okay, I get the worst period pain. Look, I really suffer. There's actually a question here I'm talking about what birth control works best for you. Have you had to deal with any side effects? So I think this is why my periods are so bad. I'm not on anything. I'm a single Pringle. I'm not dating anyone. I go out and see people, but I don't throw myself at them. So I feel like, and I feel quite, I don't want to sound like, I don't know, up myself or anything, but I feel really lucky with my skin and my weight, with my natural kind of hormones. I've never struggled like with my skin or like my weight. I've always been quite fit, and I exercise all the time, so I feel really lucky with things that can be a problem, like with hormones and things. And some girls go on birth control and it really helps their skin, but I'm so scared that there's such easy things to go wrong, and once it goes wrong, you might not be able to stop it, like my skin and stuff, and I'm just so petrified, so I'm not on anything, and I think that's why my periods are so bad, because they're all very natural. And yeah, I get really bad pain, like I'm literally screaming, I'm like on the floor, and I tense up, and my hands, I can't move my hands, I get like my hands literally like are paralysed, I cannot move them. My mum has to come up, and she has to like rub my hands. It's so crazy, like I get the worst pains, I'm screaming, it's just horrendous. And what I do at home, you've asked like what I do when I have things to do. So basically when I'm at home, I put a hot water bottle on my front, a hot water bottle on my back, and that really helps, having the two on each side instead of just the one on your stomach. So try that. Of course paracetamol and codeine, and yeah, lots of water. But yeah, I never work out on my period, so if I ever say something like, oh, workout Wednesdays, this video is coming up, if it hasn't come up, and I haven't posted that day, it's probably because I'm on my period. I never like to work out when I am on my period. Sometimes fitness works for women, it helps with pain, but it actually brings on pain for me, so I avoid working out. So it's quite difficult, like having like a week of not doing anything and then getting back into the groove of fitness again. I always struggle with that. It's difficult because you have a good routine and then it stops for a week, but yeah, I have to listen to my body, and my body does not like any kind of working out on it. But yeah, when I have things to do, it's actually good to keep busy. Like when I'm in work, I think I've only struggled once when I've had really bad pain, but it's because it was a really dull day, no one was in, I had literally nothing to do, I was so bored. But I feel like when I've had like my periods and I've got like pain on the bus, I go in and work distracts me. I keep up with the paracetamol every 4 hours. So yeah, I've only got a few more questions left. Someone asked me, if you like someone, do you get more attached like them if you sleep together? Oh my gosh, yes. Unfortunately, I am not that cool, chick down the roads where I'm really easygoing and I could just like sleep with, I don't know, whoever I wanted, and it was totally cool. I don't have any feelings, don't get attached. I wish that was me. No way, Jose. Basically, I don't sleep with everyone. Like, I actually got a question here, how many dudes have you slept with? I can count them on my hands, so I can count how many people I've been with on my hands, like both hands, just saying. I've never had a one night stand. If I sleep with someone, I do like them. I have to be obviously very attracted to them, and they have to have like, we have to have good banter at least. And yeah, so when I do like sleep with someone, I do kind of get attached, it's just like an automatic thing I do, just because, I don't know, sex to me is very intimate and fun and, you know, not like attached, because that sounds kind of like, you know, but yeah, I do, you know, it does affect my feelings. So yeah. Have you got any tips on staying body confident during sex? Oh my god, I'm the worst person to ask. I am honestly so awkward. I would say definitely the more people you are with, obviously the more you learn, like what you enjoy. Lately I've been really trying to like do stuff for me and what I enjoy instead of focusing so much on the other person who I'm sleeping with, and I always focus on them so much more than I do me, as long as they're having a good time, and then I forget about, actually no, it takes two to tango, you know. So yeah, I'm really trying to focus more on myself. Tips for being confident. I would say, it's easier said than done. Don't worry about the insecurities. I know it's such a silly thing to say because you've probably heard it before, but yeah, I always think like you get nice comments off guys or girls or whoever, you know, you're sleeping with, like you get nice comments off them, because I like to think that everyone likes to make everyone feel nice, and so I get comments off guys which are really nice, and I kind of just throw them off, because it's about things that I feel like I'm insecure about, like I don't like about myself. So when they say nice things, it does give you confidence. I would say communication is key, you know. Honestly, I think if you worry less, you'll enjoy yourself more. So I know, like I said, it's easier said than done, but that's all I can think of really. What's the best way to deal with a best friend in a toxic relationship? Okay, so I can actually relate to this. My best friend, she was with like a guy for like years, and I wasn't like friends with her. I didn't know her throughout most of it, the majority of it, but towards the end, you know, I was very much aware of this guy, and all I can say is tell them, you know, make sure that they are aware of how you feel about the person, how toxic it is. I think they won't get over it, or they won't move forward until they realise that it is toxic. It's very difficult. You cannot, you know, I couldn't put myself in that position because it never happened to me. The most important thing is your support, your friendship. You are always there. If things keep going wrong, and make sure you are there to talk to them, that they can talk to you about it, even though, you know, it drives you mad because this person's not good enough for your friends. Time will catch up and it will end, because obviously it's not meant to be, it's toxic. This person is not good for your friends. Trust me, the time will come where it will end. But yeah, just make sure you're always there for your friends, because that's the most important thing, is support and love from her bestie. So yeah, I would say always the support, always chat to her, always make her feel like she can always talk to you, and not make her feel like, oh, I know she hates him and so I can't talk to her about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's so difficult because obviously you're not in that position, you're not in love with this person. Love is blind, love is very, very, very powerful. It is very powerful, so just make sure you're always there for her, I would say. And yeah, the time will come where she will be free, and yeah. And the last question is, does it harm a relationship if you constantly receive objectifying comments from guys on your videos? Oh my gosh. Okay, this is actually quite a good question. So I've had two different guys kind of react differently in a way. My ex, Gary, I was with him for like about a year. We're best of friends. He's a lot older than me, but I feel like so many people judge that, and I really don't like it. We are the best of friends, and I think people probably look at us and think we are like the weirdest friends ever. But yeah, so he is in his 40s and he is just the sweetest guy. I cannot even tell you, he's the nicest guy I've ever met. I'm so lucky to have him in my life. He is a family friend. When we were going out, my parents didn't like the thought of it, of course, because obviously there's a large like age gap, but when they met him, he is the sweetest guy, the nicest guy, and so yeah, he got really close with my family, and he's now like a family friend. You know, he comes down for dinner and stuff. We're the best of friends. Nothing, you know, like sexual there at all. You know, ever since we split up. So we split up just because the age difference. You know, I'm in my early 20s. I'm looking for the person to like start a family with me. You know, I am, you know, looking for that guy. So because we both knew, I didn't want to like waste any time, because I'm kind of at that age. I need to chop on. Where is this man? He is a massive supporter of what I do, you know, YouTube, and he says that he never reads the comments under the videos, because even though, you know, like we're not going out, we're still really good friends, and he said it really upsets him. Like he just gets really angry. He says he just wants to like knock out every person who says a bad comment. So if we were going out, it wouldn't be a problem. It just cause it's just like the comments make him angry, which is understandable. But yeah, when I was with C, who I spoke about in my previous like heartbreak video, I don't know if he was actually bothered. I can't even think. I don't even know what his reaction was. I think he did read them and kind of laugh about it maybe. But yeah, I do feel like sometimes it can be a problem, especially it depends on the person. But there are people out there who would get bothered by the comments. But I think trust is a massive thing, and if you know the person, I mean hopefully you do if you're in a relationship with them, it won't be a problem because that overrides any kind of creep, you know, commenting, you know, bad stuff. So yeah. Oh my gosh, we're done! I'm gonna go have a bath because like I said, I get really nervous when I do videos. I really hope you enjoyed Let's Talk Tuesdays, and yeah, thank you so much for your questions. I really enjoyed this actually. I was a bit nervous about it because it is opening up. I hope I haven't scared you guys away too much, and yeah, hopefully you feel closer to me. And like I said, I'm such an open book, you can talk to me about anything. I also hope this kind of encourages you to talk more and just be more open, because it's boring to be like close-minded and you don't want to talk about anything. You know, it's so important to be surrounded by family and friends who really listen to you. And yeah, I think it's good that we talk about things like this that we don't usually talk about, because it's more relatable. You don't feel so anxious that, oh, is it just me that does this? So hopefully you can relate in some way in this video with me, and yeah, everything's natural. I love to have that kind of relationship with you, and yeah, I love you all so much. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you are new here, thank you so much for watching, and I'd love it if you join the Annie fam and hit subscribe, and of course that notification button so you know when I post during the week. And I'll see you guys on days at Tuesday. I will see you on Friday, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like every Monday, Friday, and then 1 week Tuesday, then next week Wednesday, then Let's Talk Tuesdays, Workout Wednesday. So I'm going to try and get into like a kind of a routine of that. Yeah, I'll catch you guys on Friday, and I'll see you in that video. Bye!